Howdy, folks. Dr. Freedom here with you. Time some Doctor News from in and around the universe that may or may not affect you in a strange, weird, lyrical, and almost spontaneous way, in a way that you'll just suddenly leap up from your seat, dance the cha-cha, and go, what a wonderful world. But on a sad note, yes, the passing of, Terrance Dicks has affected many of us out there, in Who land, in the Whoniverse, and it's just, as I was just talking about with some of the other guys over on the other podcast there over on, Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, it's just weird, how TV writers, in a lot of cases, just become the unsung heroes of a series. You very rarely, hear their names especially from the past years. And, all I can say is, if you're a fan of New Who and all that, and, maybe you'd be interested in the classic, always be sure to, if you have a little time and you're into that, go back and look at the folks who've brought you this, even in the new series, look up who wrote it, maybe read a little bit about them, and maybe get to know what other things, they've written. And, because, Terrance is going to be very, very missed by a large part of the community. But let's get into the news, shall we? The stuff you're here to see, the stuff you want to see, and away we go. Okay, folks, according to Deadline News, Peter Capaldi will be joining James Gunn's The Suicide Squad. Now, that is amazing in itself. Who's he playing? Is he going to be with the squad, against the squad? We don't know, but it's definitely going to be an interesting combination, given the fact that already, cast at 8 of Suicide Squad includes Margot Robbie, Viola Davis, Jai Courtney, Joel Kinnaman, as well as new cast members Idris Elba, David Dastmalchian. So it's going to be interesting to see how this works out, especially Cappy, or is he going to be a evil Scottish villain? It just has me intrigued and really, really excited that he's, landed up in this project. Also today was announced the Season 26 Blu-ray release. BBC Studios have announced that Season 26 will be the next installment in their Blu-ray range, and it's released on the Monday the 23rd of December, is the acclaimed final season from the original series run, which of course featured Sylvester McCoy and Sophie Aldred as the Doctor and Ace. Included in the set, of course, is Battlefield, Ghostlight, Curse, Fenric, and Survival, and all kinds of nifty guest stars appeared, across these episodes. Plus, included with this, you'll get exclusive special features, including the following. Get ready for this. Rare Restored Extended Cuts, Curse of Fenric VHS Extended Edition, Curse of Fenric DVD Special Edition, Battlefield VHS Extended Edition, and the Battlefield DVD Special Edition. All sorts of other stuff like Behind the Sofa, the life of John Nathan Turner, a little bit of documentary feature, there. Also, Making the Curse of Fenric, In Conversation, Matthew Sweet chats with Sophie Aldred, The Writer's Room, which includes Ben Aronovich, Mark Platt, Ian Briggs, Rhoda Monroe, and Andrew Cartmel, and, of course, Becoming the Destroyer with Merrick Anton and prosthetics designer Stephen Mansfield, talking about the creation of that particular creature that appeared at the end of Battlefield. And, of course, on top of all this, on Saturday, the 23rd of November, BFI South Bank will be screening The Curse of Fenric and holding a Q&A with Sophie Aldred and script editor Andrew Cartmel. Tickets are available from the BFI. Here's the dates for you. If you're a patron or a BFI champion, Monday the 16th of September. If you're a BFI member, you get a chance at 17th of September and the 24th of September for open public. So 16th, 17th, and 24th of September, keep those in mind. Sadly, of course, as mentioned before, the passing of Terrance Dicks at the age of 84. He was just, made so many amazing contributions to the show between episodes, being a script editor, also, the many, many, many Target novelizations that he put out there. It's just, sad that he has passed on, and, he'll be missed by members of the Whovian community. But it's, once again, he's one of the unsung heroes of Doctor Who. And if you don't know who this guy is, do some reading. I highly recommend it. Also, how MasterChef's India Fisher became the most loved voiceover artist in the UK. She's narrated, the show for going on 15 years, has also been the voice of NatWest Telephone Banking, but we, of course, remember in the Whovian community as the voice of Charlotte Pollard, a companion of the Eighth Doctor in Big Finish. The Edwardian Adventuress talks a bit about her career and all that, and how she got into this whole thing. If you want, go check it out. Lastly, for today, Eve Myles is going to start a new 6-part thriller, We Hunt Together. A lot of you folks recognize his face, now from Keeping Faith, which is an amazing series. And also, we know her from Torchwood as Gwen Cooper. So, as said before, sadly we lost Terrance Dicks. And it just occurred to me, sometimes how, we forget, writers, mainly in television, the guys who brought us this magic. Because if you look back now on the classic series and the times that Terrance Dicks worked on Doctor Who, for the cost of what it takes to film maybe 5 minutes of a current episode, that was the budget for an entire serial. And it's not like these guys were writing 1-hour episodes. They were writing multi-part serials that were 25 minutes apiece that could go on to 7 or 8 or more parts depending on the story. And the fact that this show kept going for so long on a budget with quote-unquote wobbly sets, bare-bones special effects. Heck, the color screen overlay was new and innovative back towards these times. But yet the magic of the writing and the story kept you so enthralled that you didn't really notice those things. So next time you're sitting there watching your favorite program, maybe just take a little bit of time to think, who wrote this? Who gave these actors these words? Who provided this script for what showrunner? And what did it take to really bring that just few minutes of footage that touched you maybe in some way to that screen? Because you'll find out that one of the hardest jobs you can have is being the guy who has to make this shit up. It can be more challenging than you think. And I know what I'm writing out there if you've been listening to the Dr. Freedom and Eric audios. It's probably not going to amount to anywhere near the legendary status that these guys has, especially men like Terrance Dicks. Take care of yourselves out there. If you're in the if you're anywhere near the Dorian Zone, please stay safe. Get the heck out of there, because in the end, remember, lives are more important than possessions, no matter what you think. Good night, everybody.